So, good morning, my people. How are we all doing? The illustration for today is for this particular tutorial, this beautiful gown. You can use damask to make this style, but this particular fabric we are seeing here is not damask. If you zoom in on it, you will see that it has like, it's thicker than damask. Okay, so it depends. Now, for you to know whether you are padding depends on the material. This material looks like damask, but it's not damask. This particular one looks like thick lycra. Yes, when you come close to, when you touch it, it feels like thick lycra. So if it is that thick lycra you are going to be using, that means that the bustier side of the gown, you don't need to pad. But if you are going to be using damask, then to get that thickness and that fullness around that bust area, you have to use that. You have to pad it. So now, for a beginner, this particular style, if you ask me, I will say go by Princess Dart, so that you only work on the armhole. You won't have anything to do around the shoulder line, so that you will not make mistake on that cape that you are seeing around the neck. Now, if you look at that neckline is, if you see, if you look at the neck very well, you see that the neck is showing, but it's not really that obvious. So that means the measurement for the width line, for the neckline, is 4 inches on the shoulder, and this is my 4 inches. Now I'm going to come down by 2.5 inches. If you come down by 3 inches, it will not lap the way you see that one lapping on the neckline. Okay, so if you come back down by 3 inches, it will come down. So I will connect with my ruler. I will connect with my ruler. So, and my shoulder line is 8 inches. Okay, so I will be coming down 8 inches again. I'll be coming down by 8 inches. Now I will be slanting my shoulder line. For you to be able to slant that shoulder line, you have to use the standard measurement, which is 3 inches. Okay, you slant all through. So I will be getting the midpoint of this armhole, which is around this area. Okay, and I will come out by 1/2 inch. I've already done that, so I will connect nicely and hang it there till when I put my measurement here. So now I'll be taking my horizontal measurement. My shoulder to bust line is 10 inches, and I'm marking my 10 inches. I'll mark it again here so that I'll maintain a straight line. Sorry, I've made a mistake. Remember, I'm using a mini measurement for this thing. Now I need my under bust. Shoulder to my under bust is 13 inches. Okay, and I roll the line. Then shoulder to my waistline is 16 inches, and I roll the line. Then I'm going to be inputting my bust span. The formula for bust span is on the screen. Mine is 4 inches. So I'll be marking that 4 inches all through to the waistline. And then I'll connect. Okay. Now I'll also connect this to this midpoint. Ignore this one is a mistake. So I'll be inputting my measurements now, my horizontal measurement, which is bust divided by 4 plus 2 inches allowance, and I'll be marking it here. This is where I have it. Under bust divided by 4 plus 2 inches sewing allowance, I will mark it here. Waist divided by 4 plus 2 inches allowance, I will mark it here. Can you see? Now, whatever I marked here is what I'm going to be marking here so that I can bring down my armhole. Can you see? Now, it's time to work on the darts. Starting from here, remember, whatever you are doing, we are not supposed to have any sharp curvings around. So for you not to have sharp curvings, when you are taking away your dart, don't come 1 inch down this way and don't come 1 inch up this way. So I'll be marking that 1 inch and I'll be marking that 1 inch. Okay? So where we are taking away that will help this blouse to form is here, here, and here. Now, if you look at that blouse very well, you will see that the dark line is positioned properly, centrally. So that means whatever we took away here was taken away here. Whatever we take away here was taken away here. Not that one that will take 1 inch from here and 1.5. So this that taking away depends on the style. If you really want to obey your clients, then you have to study the style your clients give to you very well to be able to give them exactly what is there. Now, from what I am seeing, that line is positioned straight. That means whatever they took here, they took there. Now, I've shown us how to do calculation for that. If you don't know how to do it, check the description box below. I added the link there so you can go watch it. So now what I'm taking away for this person is 3 inches. That means I'm taking away 1.5 inch here and I'm taking away 1.5 inch here. So the same, I'm taking away 1.5 inch here again and I'm taking away 1.5 inch here. So I will now connect. Now coming to this place, depending on what you want to take away, but just know that whatever you take away, you are going to add it back. So I'm taking away 0.75 inch from here and I'm taking away 0.75 inch from here. That means I'm going to be extending this line. Okay, so now when I extend this line from this particular point where I took away, I will measure 1.5 inches. That is 7.5 plus 7.5 is 1.5 inches and I'm marking it here. So this automatically becomes my new armhole, and then this is the one I will be bringing out down. So there's a mistake that people used to make when adding 1.5 inch that you remove from here. Some people start to add it from this armhole line. No, it is wrong. Remember that you came in by 5 inch. So this automatically becomes your new armhole, right? So when you are removing the 1.5 inch, you are going to start it from this side, not from this particular line. So I will now connect all my, that I want to connect it so that you will see what I am doing properly. Now I connected all my lines without recognizing this dart, right? Why I did it is so that what we are doing will be clear. Because I made this tutorial before and I think some people didn't get it. So let me redo it. We took 1.5 inch here, 1.5 inch here, 1.5 inch here, 1.5 inch here. That is 3 inches on the 2 lines. We will now bring our tape rule. Since we took away 3 inches here, we are going to put it here. And I'm marking my 3 inch right here. I took away 3 inch here, I'm going to put it here. And I'm marking my 3 inch again here. Can you see? So from here, I'm not adding anything here because I did not take away anything from here. Whatever is going to be happening here, which is like half inch, has been taken care of by this 2 inches that we added here, 2 inches sewing allowance we added, and then we are going to be bringing down our line this way. So instead of cutting on this line now, I'm going to be cutting on this line. That is basically what Princess Dart is all about. Now I told you that you are not going to be, okay, so I'm going to be connecting this line now to this 1 inch that we marked here. Okay, I will shape it out nicely. I will shape it out nicely. And then I told us there should be no sharp corners. Make sure you blend it in so that there will be no sharp corners. And this is what your Princess Dart is all about. Now remember, when cutting it out, remember there's no sewing allowance here. So I'm going to be adding 1 inch sewing allowance. Okay, you add 1 inch sewing allowance. So you are going to be cutting on this line. So can you see, this is our pattern. Remember that this pattern is on fold. And we cut out. Remember to notch these areas. Reason why you are going to notch it is so that when you also cut out this one, you will notch these areas too. Okay, so that when you are joining them, you will be careful to place and join nicely. Okay, can you see? So this is your pattern. So this is what you are going to be joining, and this is what you are going to be joining. Now in one of my videos, in my next videos to come, I'll be showing you the proper way of joining this Princess Dart so that it comes out nicely and there should be no pointing at all. Now coming to the cape, you see why I said you should just use the armhole that so you don't have anything to do with the shoulder. It will not be easy for you to navigate the shoulder when placing your cape. Now coming to the cape, that cape does not really have any problem. There was no shaping, it's just a straight cape. Now I want to talk about the back of this gown, but I will make a tutorial, just not to make this tutorial to be too long. I will make a tutorial on how to make your how to make the back also have Princess Dart shape. But for now, I will just be putting normal dart on it. So let me take it to the sewing machine, join and bring it back so that we can and join and cut the back also so we can be able to place that cape. Now secondly, for the back pattern, the you can see that the neckline for the back pattern went very deep. That neckline is as low as 10 inches. Okay, 10 inches, 8 inches, 9 inches, depending on how low you want yours to be. So make it at least 9 inches to look like exactly the picture that you are seeing. Okay, so let's go ahead and join and come back to show you. Don't be offended. This person just said she does not want Princess Dart for the back. She only wants the front to have that Princess Dart. Okay, so that's why the back is having the normal darts. Can you see? But there's something I didn't put here, which is the zip. I didn't want to go ahead to waste our time with zip allowance. So can you see the back? Can you see the neckline? So I just used the normal darts the normal simple that we all use, it will work perfectly for it if you get the front right. If you get the front right, the back does not have a problem. The back can go with whatever you do. Do you understand? So now to place this cape for the neckline, you will have to measure all round with your tape. Place your tape like this, your pattern like this. After you have joined the front and the back, you will measure from here, which is the beginning of the zip position. Measure it all round, whatever you got, that is what you are going to be cutting out. That is the length of the cape. Now that's because the length of the cape for you is not going to be the length of cape for me. The length of cape for a slim person will not be the same with a short fat person. So that is why will not be the same with a plus size person. So that is why you have to measure to get your own. Now when you measure, add like extra 2 inches to that length you measured. Let's assume I measured 30, I will add 4 inches, because if you observe, the cape went straight into the zip allowance, and it was the zip that was used to stitch the 2 edges down. So you don't need to cut the cape with any style. It's just a straight piece. But the only thing about that cape is that it must be cut on bias, so that it can lay the way this one is laying perfectly well. If you cut it on bias and you do all these things I've told you, your own cape will still lay the way this one is laying. Now don't forget that you padded the front bar. If it is this kind of fabric, please pad the front so that you will get the structure that you are seeing in that picture. Okay, pad the front. If you like, you can lay stay on the back. If you don't like, it's okay. Now this is my own cape, right? I'm going to be laying stay on this my own cape, and then I'll fold this way. Now when I fold this way, remember that I told you I didn't add this my zip allowance because I know you already know there's zip allowance there. Remember that there's 2 inches measurement for the cape that we added here. So we are going to be placing that 2-inch measurement somehow like this, and then we are going to stitch all around. Now when you are stitching, you will place the cape like so. This is my cape. This is the front and this is the back, right? I've laid the back with stay, and I folded into 2 so that the front is what I am seeing. Now you will place it this way. Can you see the way I placed it? That 2 inches you measured out will be like this. On top of that 2 inches should be on top of the zip allowance. That's why I didn't cut the zip allowance, so that you can see properly. So this is the 2 inches. This is how you are going to place it, and then you are going to stitch all around. Let me go and stitch and come back and show you how it will look like. So measure how many inches you want your cape to be wide. But from what I'm seeing there, that one is up to 4.5 or 5 inches. So let it be between 4 and 5 inches. Now cut just a straight piece, but make sure you cut it on bias. I've gone ahead to cut mine on bias, so I have gone ahead to place it. So you can see how beautifully it's standing. Can you see? Even though this is not a normal measurement, can you see the effect of the cape on the neckline? Can you see the effect of the cape on the neckline? Okay, can you see how it is? Now this is the back. Okay, so these places, don't bother about these places, because this place you are going to use that zip. You are going to stitch the cape and the back pattern together, back fabric together. Stitch it together so that it will stay. Okay, when you stitch it together so that it will stay like this, then this is where you are going to place your zip. Place the zip on it and sew, place the zip on it and sew, and at the end of the day you have something like this. And then you find out that as you are stitching, bring in your hand, keep drawing the tape inside, okay, until it looks this way. So this is where you are going to be placing the stitch now for the zip. Okay, so you find out that it's going to have that V shape. You do the same thing for the side, and do the same thing for this side, and your gown is done. Okay, your gown is done. Now For the down part of it, you can make it a straight piece, box splitting straight piece, or you can cut it as flay. If you have enough material, you can cut it as flay and make it a box pleat. Okay, but can you see, I wanted to concentrate on this. Is where my viewer was finding it difficult, and he said he wants to know how they made the cape. So this is my own cape, even without too much hustle. This is it, and if you follow my instructions, you are going to get exactly what you are seeing on the picture. That is all for that. See you guys in my next video, and thank you for watching. Keep the tutorial requests coming. That is why I'm here. Okay, I told you for 30 days we are going to be doing this for 30 days, dropping videos back to back for 30 days till see you guys in January. Okay, I will only be taking a little bit of short break by January. Thank you guys for watching. See you tomorrow.